My nigga, he wasn't cheating on. He would, worship what I walked on. He was that, but he was too corny for me. Like, tell me sit down. Tell me stop going out. God. Don't put your hands on me, but put your foot down. Like every time I want to go out, I can go out. Anytime I want to, I can whatever do it.
How did it get that far?
If they don't drop a bomb for that,
how did it get that far? For you ain't just learned he was corny when you married.
Right.
Did you marry him and he was corny?
I did because I had a son and I wanted him to have a family, and I don't have a family. It's just been my mama, my brother, my sister, and just my strong
that his
guy.
son?
I'm sorry, this fucked up.
Was that his son?
Yes. Right. Yes.
Well, I said it.
No.
I'm gonna tell you why it's fucked up.
Yes. Hold up. Yes.
So you had
One mic.
So I was a good wife. I came to bed with the lingerie on, danced and freaky shit, and that shit ain't for me. I don't think I ever want to be married again. But the bitches that with the married men, I feel you guys. So they come home angry as shit, mad because they gotta take care of kids, mad because your wife, in the house. You want to look at porn. You want to play video games. You want to do all that little childish shit. You know what I'm saying? So I feel the women that are married, and I feel the women that are side bitches, because at the end of the day, he want to be with you, but he can't be with you because he got kids with this bitch. And then you make him happy.
What you're saying?
What am I saying?
This is why niggas dog women.
He is 1,000% correct. He could not have put a better exclamation point on that if I was sitting there myself. He couldn't have put a better exclamation point on what it was that she was saying if I was sitting there myself. Let's break this down. She said, I was with a good man. A good man. He's a good man, Savannah. She said she was with a good man. That's the first thing that she laid out with, is that I was with a good guy. Then she said he never cheated or did anything outside of the marriage or anything like that. And I'm telling you, I've seen this time and time and time and time again. You would not believe the amount of coaching calls or the amount of conversations that I've been a part of as a result of being visible online and then running into people and then people wanting to be, included in certain conversations. And then one thing leads to the other, whatever, so on and so forth. Sitting at the bar, having certain conversations with women that want to have extended conversations, even though they shouldn't even be there in the first place, because they are married and they supposed to be at home, and they got a kid at home and a husband at home, and they not trying to go home. They trying to get chose. Third, corny. And she knew that he was corny, and the reason that she settled for him is because he was a safe option, not the option that she wanted. Meaning, and again, corny guys ultimately win in life. But y'all want to be with the dudes that's going to dog y'all out. Y'all want to be with the dudes that's going to be in the streets. You want to be with the dudes that's going to slap you up, grab you up, cheat on you, don't have no real respect for you, and control you, right? They want Tupac in a suit. They want a legalized version of Pop. Fourth, she said that she don't ever want to be married again, and she basically want to be in the streets. This is the culture that women are embracing and that they love and that they want to be a part of, that ultimately is not best for society, but they embrace it anyway. Why? Because it makes them feel a way, not necessarily put them in the best position to raise their children, be an example for their children, provide stability, retirement, all of that stuff. And then she said that he wanted to, in his little leisure time, play video games and all of that. Man, listen, bro. She called this guy childish. He home every day. He take care of business. He's on top of things. And this just proves exactly what the guy said at the end. She destroyed. Let me see if he said anything else.
You just destroyed a good man.
She just destroyed a good man. And then these guys wind up turning red and turn red pill, even though she probably took the child out of the home. She wanted to be for the streets. And let me also say that a lot of these guys don't even realize what they're getting themselves into. They get with these women based off of aesthetics or, hot girl summer. Well, oh, look at the little cat, dog, whatever that is on the screensaver in the background. I don't know what that is. They get with the guy or they get with the girl based off of not necessarily where they going. And this is why I tell guys every single day, vet for where you're going, vet for the direction in life where you're going, not necessarily where you've been or not necessarily, where it is that you think you are at that particular moment, because you're not going to be the same person that you are at 20 as you are at 30 and 30 at 40 and 40 and 50. And so now she's a single baby mama, and she's saying that she more or less relates to the side chicks or the chicks in the street because that's the lifestyle that she truly wants to live. Now, later on in life, she probably going to come to a different conclusion and she going to want to get back with the safe guy. However, the safe guy wasn't good enough for her when she was in her prime or when she had the things best. And it sounds like she's always been for the streets. It sounds like this is the lifestyle that she's always lived. But then, somebody told her that she needed to do the right thing. And then that just didn't align with the environment that she subjected herself to, or the trauma that she was a part of before she got into the relationship in the first place. And so what she basically did was say that good guys finish last, threw an exclamation point on that junk, destroyed this man's life, took his kid out of his life, all because she wanted to be for the streets. And it's so unfortunate. And this isn't even, I want to make sure that I preface this by saying that this isn't a situation where we're holding women accountable per se, based off of the fact that saying that women are this or black men are this. This is a cultural issue. This is a cultural issue. This is something that is being taught to us, being ingrained in us. And it's so important for us to have these conversations, because even though we know that a majority of people are what they are, we have to ultimately leave an example for people that can also, that can get the message and possibly avoid this disaster in the first place, because there is a blueprint to what it takes in order to be successfully married. And we talk about that part also, but that don't get the visibility that this nonsense get, because women still lean to if the guys wasn't there in the room in order to emphasize this, if the guys didn't step up and say, yeah, you just destroyed a good man, and this is the reason why men dog women, because men that dog women are men that operate in a level of masculinity, because every guy don't necessarily need to be super aggressive in order to exhibit some masculinity, but men that dog these chicks, as much as women don't want to admit it, they love those type of guys. They 100% love. They want to test drive that. They want to roll with it. They ultimately want to be a part of whatever it is that they got going on. And good is bad and bad is good in this cultural norm that we live in. And this is what I'm saying. This is a cultural issue. This is bigger than, what you feel or how people are operating. This is way bigger than all of that. This is a cultural norm that is being ingrained in our young girls now from their mothers, that tear up their families, and then they go and make TikTok and Instagram videos acting like they victims. And if it wasn't guys in the room in order to call her out on her BS, then she would have got away with that, because the other girl was ultimately asking like, hey, he was corny and you still married him? Listen, hold on, let me back up. Let me see if I can get that girl.
Worship what I walked on. He was that, but he was too corny for me. Like, tell me sit down. Tell me stop going out. God. Don't put your hands on me, but put your foot down. Like every time I want to.
She want to be controlled. She want to be dominated. She want to be dogged out.
I can go out anytime I want to. I can whatever do it.
How did it get that far?
If they don't drop a bomb,
watch the other girl.
How did it get that far? For you ain't just learned he was corny when you married.
Right.
Did you marry him and he was corny?
I did, because I had a son and I wanted him to have a family, and I don't have a family. It's just been my mama, my brother, my sister, and just my strong
that his
guy.
son?
I'm sorry, this fucked up.
Listen, she settled for him. Some of y'all get with these chicks and you are in these situationships where she settled for you because you're not her first pick. You're not even her second pick. You might not even be her third pick, but you're the dude that was willing to marry her when everybody else was dogging her out and making her for the streets. I'm curious as to what y'all think. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Also on top of that, I'm looking forward to reading y'all comments. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. It's so unfortunate that guys are going through this.